Irish guy, and Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United again. I mean, some people are treating this as if it's some sort of bombshell news.
Oh, I never knew Cristiano felt this way. This must be killing him. He must feel like someone stabbed him in the belly button with a kitchen scissors.
No, I think you'd all be surprised at how easy it probably is for Ronaldo to walk out of Old Trafford. Because let's not forget, this is the fourth summer where he's publicly tried to quit the club. Yes, the fourth. I mean, if you serve your wife with divorce papers 4 times, she's probably gonna quickly take the hint that your love for her is about as shallow as a puddle of dog piss. I mean, in 2006, this man told everyone he wanted to leave for Real Madrid or Barcelona. And it turns out now that he actually agreed to move to Valencia. I'm sorry, a front three of a 20-year-old David Silva, a 24-year-old David Villa, and a 21-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo? Yeah, that certainly fills my mouth up with phlegm. I mean, the manager at the time was Kiki Sanchez-Flores. I mean, considering he'd one day be forced to make a chubby potato like Troy Deeney tick, then I'm guessing right now, if you remember the strike force he used to have, that would probably overstimulate his senses into a coma. I mean, Ronald Koeman would inherit the front three the following season. Again, to him, be able to pick all 3 up front. I'm guessing to him, that would be the equivalent of being given a lifetime supply of pie. But again, if Ronaldo had quit Old Trafford in 2006, after 13,000 stepovers, just 18 goals and no league title, then I'm pretty sure right now Manchester United fans would probably think of him with the same fondness you'd have for that wart on your sack. Honestly, he would have the Manchester United legacy of Memphis Depay. But just think of that though. Silva, Villa, Ronaldo. Actually, can anyone think why it might be a bit dodgy to have both Ronaldo and Villa at the same Christmas party? Yeah, me too. What a clever little joke. But yeah, he then demanded a move to Real Madrid in 2008, even calling himself a slave. Yeah, a slave on £120,000 a week. I'm guessing actual slaves. You know, the ones tied to the radiator in their uncle's attic and being fed nothing but bowls of their own hair. You know, the girls on that boat in Taken who were never rescued by their dad. I'm guessing if they'd read that headline in The Sun, that must have felt like a slap to the face. But also, Ronaldo wanted to leave in 2009 too, and he did. So yeah, at the risk of sounding like Sesame Street, count them, that makes 4. That is now 4 summers where he wanted out of the club of his heart. But Napoli, really? Am I the only one who thinks that if Ronaldo winds up in a Napoli shirt, it'll be like watching your granddad eating bacon off the toilet seat? Or it'll be a bit like watching your dad come down to the breakfast table wearing a skirt and a wig and demanding that everyone call him Beyonce Knowles. Excuse me while I vomit into my Cheerios. Some transfers just do not sit well in my mind's eye. And I'm sorry, but trying to imagine Ronaldo in the blue of Napoli, again, I might as well try and imagine what Thug Dad looks like in the shower. Or what it must be like to chew the earwax of Piers Morgan in a sandwich. By the way, that's breathing down the neck of 150,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there as soon as possible. Let's try and get there before the start of the season. I know it is mental, but I'm trusting all of you legends. Slap that red button if you're new here. This is the football channel to be. Absolute legends. Anyway, back into the video. Ronaldo to Napoli completely betrays football history. I mean, there's only one football legend you think of when you think of Napoli. And no, it's not Axel Tonzebi, someone who so far has got the sporting legacy of toothpaste clinging to the sink. No, the obvious answer is Diego Maradona. I mean, this is his club. So do you really think it's appropriate for Lionel Messi's nemesis to be playing somewhere with a statue of his idol outside the ground? Messi is the modern day reincarnation of Maradona, except Messi's got the model professionalism to boot, turning him into arguably the greatest footballer of all time. Whereas Maradona, wonderful footballer, yes, but I mean, you wouldn't have blinked twice if you'd walked in on him in the 80s, stuffing his face with hamburgers in the nude. I mean, this man lived the life of an off-the-rails rock star. He was essentially, if you chuck both the DNA of Messi and Scarface into the same petri dish, I mean, yeah, he'll probably score a hat-trick on the weekend, but he'll probably also spend a Wednesday night drinking whiskey out of a stripper's shoe. To me, forget about the money. Messi's next move after Barcelona, Napoli just would have been a better fit than PSG. A glowing tribute paid to his hero who just passed away the previous year, following in his footsteps. In the same way, Ronaldo, to me, his early career path almost mirrored David Beckham, an iconic Manchester United number 7 who made the big move to Real Madrid. It's why I think a transfer to LA Galaxy just looks inevitable for this man. And because of Beckham ending his career in France, then to me, PSG is more of a club for Ronaldo than it is for Messi. I mean, I can imagine Ronaldo in a PSG shirt, but I mean, Messi's been there a year, and still, I can't be the only one who thinks that seeing him wear that jersey, it's like staring directly directly into the sun, it just makes my eyes hurt. The colours of Barcelona were almost a second skin. So this royal footballing legend playing for a superficial semi-plastic club like PSG, I don't know, it would be a bit like seeing Nelson Mandela in the Love Island villa, trying to get off with fame-hungry clerks who work in River Island. And so Ronaldo to Napoli, it's just out of the question. Just no! I mean, it'd be like rebooting The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the producers choosing to cast Chris Rock. I'm sorry, read the room? If you love Maradona, you love Messi. Can anyone really see diehard Napoli fans falling in love with Ronaldo? To me, those ultras would probably sooner all collectively feed their children to the pigs. I mean, when this guy moved to Juventus, apparently Napoli fans started selling his face as toilet paper. I mean, come on! There's a fan base who actively booed him when he was at Real Madrid, and 5 years ago even tried to blind him with laser pens in the warm-up for a Champions League match. I mean, when Juventus bought this guy, the Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis was practically quaking with bitterness.
Juventus has made a nice propaganda move for the whole FCA, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles Group. Ronaldo is a certain age, and in terms of the balance of this club, it is dangerous to spend so much money to buy a player at the end of his career. If you start to pay stupid wages, sooner or later it will come back and bite you.
Ronaldo is of a certain age. Yeah, he was 33 then. Now, he's nearly 38. If Napoli now chooses to stuff his face with money when he's 2 years off 40, then clearly the president will be exposed for having the backbone of a dead hamster. I mean, he even said in 2018 that Ronaldo had been offered to them that summer, but they said no because he would have bankrupted us. I mean, apparently Ronaldo's preferred choice of club when leaving Real Madrid was Napoli. Does anyone believe this? I mean, this is a bit like hearing that fat old man down the pub, the guy nicking 9 pints of Stella and eating packets of Monster Munch off the floor. It's a bit like overhearing him telling everyone in the pub that he once broke up with one of the Spice Girls before they were famous, that he dumped Jerry Halliwell because she was too annoying. When in reality, he hasn't actually kissed a girl since playing Spin the Bottle with his sister. I mean, he is from Wigan. Napoli were a selling club in 2018. Both Maurizio Sarri and Jorginho had been dragged out the door by Chelsea. I mean, they were a club in chaos. I think Ronaldo would have sooner chewed off his nutsack than agreed to seek out a move to Naples in 2018. And now it makes even less sense. Forget the fact that this transfer would expose the president as a bitter hypocrite. It's just Ronaldo has already done this Serie A thing. I mean, he's already won the league with Juventus. So now, choosing to join Italy's nearly men? I mean, sure, they're in the Champions League, but so, if Ronaldo thinks he's going to win the Champions League with Napoli, then he probably also thinks he can bench press the moon. It's delusion. I mean, this is a team who've been one of Serie A's best sides for a solid 10 years. And yet, they've always been absolute European flops. And lads, they've had managers who've won the Champions League. And still, almost to a laughable degree, they've qualified for the Champions League 7 times since 2012. They've never gone further than the last 16. And tripled out of the group stage 3 times. And even bottled the Champions League playoff round in 2014. And the last 2 seasons, they've gone out of the Europa League to a wet Barcelona and Granada. Honestly, last February, they were ripped apart by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who had spent the first half of the season showing the enthusiasm of someone at the dentist. I mean, come on, Ronaldo. Just ask your mates Edison Cavani or Gonzalo Higuain if winning a European trophy at Napoli is realistic. I mean, they'll probably just say, don't bother, mate, because by mid-March, you're going to be banging your teeth off the concrete floor, and this transfer would expose the Napoli president as being a liar.
Oh no, we said no to in 2018 because, too much money!
But will Napoli sign him when he's 12 years off 50? I mean, Napoli already play a lone striker anyway, and it's Victor Osimhen. And he's 23 and supposedly going to be the next world-class star. I might understand if this was AC Milan. I mean, they are the only team in Italy which makes sense. Again, maybe it's because of the David Beckham link. But Ronaldo would fit that shirt. It's one of the most successful football clubs of all time. A European powerhouse, an absolute icon of world sport, and conveniently, also a home for the elderly. I mean, Christ well, Olivier Giroud turns 36 soon, and yet still he is 5 years, a whole half a decade younger than Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who is about to be offered a new deal despite a ruptured ACL in his 40s. I mean, it's just mental. And it also wouldn't be the first time that AC Milan have sold 1 million shirts with Ronaldo's name on the back. This, of all the teams in Italy, this one, it fits. The great international rivals of Ronaldo and Ibrahimovic at the same club for their last dance. I mean, considering the football heritage and legacy of the club, then maybe Ronaldo could actually have a realistic crack at winning AC Milan the Champions League again. I mean, why not? To me, Ronaldo to Milan and playing with Zlatan is a beautiful Disney fairy tale. It's the end of the rainbow for both their careers. But I mean, who else is there? Bayern Munich makes sense, I suppose. Go and take the Bundesliga and German football off your bucket list. And it's a club where he can realistically win himself a 6th Champions League. And suddenly, if you bag in 40 goals and win the Champions League, this man could realistically be winning his 6th Ballon d'Or age 38. I mean, imagine doing that. That might just tip the balance and force everyone to call this man the greatest of all time. But Bayern don't want you, because when do the club ever break the bank for aging mega stars? It's not something they do. I mean, we can rule out a Premier League switch because the Chiefs at Man United are sooner going to eat their own feet than agree to sell him to another team in England. So we can just rule out Chelsea. I won't even waste a breath on that rumour because there's not a chance that'll be allowed to happen. Again, there's a small link to Roma, and a reunion with Jose Mourinho would be spectacular. But no, they're not in the Champions League either. So please someone tell me, what would be the point? I mean, if Roma had squeaked in the 4th last season, then this transfer might be on the cards. They could sell Tammy Abraham back to Chelsea and replace him with Ronaldo, yes. But they didn't, so no. Ronaldo wants to challenge for the top trophy, so this transfer would make no sense. And he's clearly not moving back to Spain, to Barcelona, or either Madrid club. So the only other team in that top 4 are Sevilla. What, to go and replace Anthony Martial? Considering Ronaldo has scored an earth-shattering 27 goals in 18 games against this club, then I'm pretty sure the Sevilla fans could do without seeing his face every week. I mean, they're probably still so traumatized, even his name would probably cause their face to break out in chicken pox. Honestly, on the shores of Sevilla, Ronaldo is probably like Lord Voldemort, he who must not be named. Ronaldo is not going anywhere because there's nowhere to go. If Bayern Munich don't want you, which they don't, if AC Milan don't want you, which I don't think they do, then nothing else makes sense. So, sorry, Chris. Anyway, listen, what do you think? Right, let me know in the comments section below. Where is Ronaldo going to go, if anywhere? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. As always, I'll talk to you in a while.